Evening, welcome to a Sunday edition of the YTCSC. I'm Brian.
I'm Mark.
We're going to talk about the St Johnstone 0 Celtic 5 semi-final. Let you know what we're planning on the channel coming up.
As a new channel, Brian and I are in our late 40s. We talk Celtic, we live Celtic, we dream Celtic. We follow a few boys doing the same thing, and the channels are really good. It's actually non-scripted stuff, and it's Celtic fans talking. And we thought, why not? Why don't we give it a try? So this is why we're here. What we plan on doing is bringing you match reviews and reports like today, and we'll talk a wee bit about the St Johnstone game, what we felt, and you can put your comments in and let us know how you felt. When we get into it, we'll talk a wee bit about transfers and rumours, and we know how messy that can get, so we'll try and split the week for the chaff and laugh at maybe the nonsense that we see all the time. Some of the stuff, Brian, if you want to talk about the A team and the B team.
Yeah, we'll give you all the latest content on first team, women's team, but we want to put more of a focus on the B team. We don't feel there's a lot of content out there that kind of highlights the young up-and-comings. So you want to put them in the spotlight. You want to show who's out on loan, how they're doing, get opinions from opposing managers. Just give you a real good insight into the B team and how they're progressing, with the hope of trying to get some guys to break into the first team.
That's a big one for me. I think Jude Bonner was quite a surprise to me when he made the Celtic first team. Came from nowhere. Seems a good big player. Started his life at Mill United where my wee boy started, which I didn't know. But he was like he was like a left field. He came out of nowhere for me anyway, and I'm quite interested. I'm super interested in who we've got in the B team, what they're doing, and if we can get some of these guys to make it through. Look who we're bringing back. KT, was he the last person that we brought through? Ralston, Tierney is one of the two of them, but
you could say
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right?
You could say Ralston maybe.
Long time ago. It was a long time ago, and we've got all of these players in there, and they just seem to either not want to play for Celtic, or we don't show them a pathway. But we plan on bringing that a wee bit to life for you.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to do, sorry Brian, one other thing I'd like to do is that this channel's going to be about the fans. It's not about me and Brian. Me and Brian will maybe highlight a few things, but we want to get you guys involved. And if we can get some maybe voice clips, if you're just come out of a game and we've got beat or we've drew and we've been playing that side to side football and it's really annoyed you, send us a wee voice note. We can play it in the channel. If you're a wee bit video shy, if you're no video shy, send us a video clip. We can get that in the channel, and everyone can have either a wee laugh at it or comment on it.
Yeah, great shout. So what did you think today's line-up, mate, when it came out? Any surprises? Anything you didn't expect to see?
I was interested, actually. I wasn't sure if he was going to put Kuhn back in. I think, like you said earlier, I think he's a wee bit fed up with Kuhn. After that defeat with St Johnstone the last time, and Kuhn didn't come out at half-time, and Rodgers came out a wee bit early, and then there was talk about maybe a wee tiff in the dressing room. I don't know if something's happened there, but Kuhn looked as if he couldn't be bothered in that first St Johnstone game, so I wasn't sure if he was going to bring him in. I was glad Scales is back. I like Scales. I know a lot of people are on the fence with him. Some people don't like him. Taylor, I'm another fan of. I know, again, same, could split opinions or put people off for subscribing to the channel right away, but for me, I like him. For me, he plays perfectly, and Brendan Rodgers says all the time, he plays that role perfect. He just links the play, bolsters the midfield, and just makes it work. So I was happy he was there. He is probably the one that I was a wee bit surprised with. Glad Forrest was playing in the right, but I thought Jota might have been the left. He's maybe been a wee bit off it as well. So yeah, decent team, but a few surprises in there.
No worries, mate. I'll just, for the listeners out there, I'll just run through the team in case you never got it. So we started with Sinisalo, Johnston, Carter Vickers, Scales, Taylor, the back four, Engels, McGregor, Hatate, and then the front three of Forrest, Ida and Maeda. Subs was Bain, Trusty, Jota, Kuhn, McCowan, Schlupp, Bernardo and Ralston. I was good. I was happy that Scales has come in, I think he goes forward a wee bit more than Trusty. I think Trusty's got a bit more pace in him, but I think Brendan trusts him. Engels, Hatate, McGregor, I think it's picking itself now. The front three, there's nobody. McCowan's not going to shove them out there, and I think McGregor showed why he's needed so much. Yeah, definitely. Maeda through the middle is very, very good. But if you're thinking that Kuhn and Jota are maybe not at the level, then you need to put Ida through the middle and let Maeda press. But yeah, apart from the Scales thing, there was no major surprises for me.
Yeah, honestly, I like Scales. I think sometimes he can, in the big games, he presses a wee bit too high and a wee bit as if he's going himself sometimes, which is maybe what gets me. Sometimes he's away, he's like gone gung-ho and he's away up pressing people when you're like, what you doing, mate? Like,
yeah,
pull back a wee bit. Thought today was excellent. Excellent, I say excellent, but the defender's not a lot of defending to do, to be honest. But his ball through for one of the goals was cracking, which we'll come on and talk about. Apart from that, again, I don't think they had much to do at the back.
I think, obviously, in previous games, predominantly the Rangers game, Scholes, they've done it in the final and they've done it in the game. They see Scholes as a weak link, so they just let him play, and then he'll maybe make a mistake with a pass. I think he seems to be a wee bit more isolated with that side of things. I think teams deliberately let him do that, but I think he was good today. He was good today. I thought he done all right. Aye.
When did we sign Scholes? I'm like, what Scholes?
Well,
brilliant.
Yeah, I called him Scaldini for a while, you know what I mean? So big man's moved into centre midfield now.
It's brilliant. One of the best midfielders ever lived. Brilliant.
Aye.
Let's start the game then. How we go on. I'll kick off. I'll be honest, the first 30 minutes I was like that. Brian and I were planning and coming on and doing this video, our first video. And I thought after 30 minutes, what have we got to talk about here? I've messaged him after 30 minutes like that. This isn't looking good, mate.
I've not got much written down on the notes, mate. There's not really much here at all. And if the first,
not at all. That
tiny bits of interplay and stuff.
I didn't see much. I saw side to side. I'll tell you what I seen. St Johnstone, I thought, started the press. First 2 minutes, I thought they're going to press us high here. That quickly changed. And then they slipped back into that whole stupid low block, which I hate. And we just weren't quick enough with the pass. So for that first 30 minutes, I was like, here we go.
And you saw they were trying to play the big guy Sidibe, who was on. He had a not bad wee tussle with CCV in the first 20 minutes, and I think that was their out ball. You know what I mean? Long ball over the top, big strong guy to kind of maybe wrestle off his CCV, but there was no much. But it was good to see Forrest. I think Forrest drives down and gets the ball in. Kuhn tends to. We've got Scouts and Keane now.
I love this.
But Kuhn tends to cut in, and I don't know, it just kind of fritters away. But I thought Forrest was more direct, far more direct, which was
I love
good.
James Forrest. I know he's been injured for most of this season, but I love him. I love when he gets the ball, and you seen it at the start. He attacks down the right hand side, and he gets by the player, and then he whips the ball in. He's done it a few times a day. You never see Keane. You never see Kuhn do that. You never see him getting down the right. He always, if he goes down the right, then he tries to get inside the player and then play it across the box. He never gets a ball in. Same as Taylor on the left. Taylor never gets down and whip it in. That's where I think Tierney will come into his own and kind of change how we play. I think for the goal, Alistair Johnson does brilliant. I think he wins the ball with that wee header. He done it in the second half and also one of the goals. But he's high in their half, wins the ball with that wee header. It lands at Forrest's feet. He's got a wee flick round the corner for Hatate, and Hatate does really, really well, composed, and he's running across the box, and he just gets football. I think Hatate, man, he's just got a really good football mind, and it's just that lovely wee back heel for McGregor to come in, and when he gets it, if he gets a bit of space and time in the box, he's likely going to score, and he just fires it into the bottom corner, which
I thought McGregor was very smart when he took the pass. He waited a tiny wee second, and the defender just kind of moved a wee bit, and that just gave him his wee ongoing his pathway into it. But yeah, it was nice intricate play between. I thought Johnson was very good today. I thought Johnson was good today.
Agreed.
He was up and down.
Agreed. He's been off the boil for a wee bit. I think he's coming back into it, but I thought his press today was really, really good. He won it for that first goal, and we'll come on and talk about when he done it again for the second. What about the second goal then? What did you think of the second goal?
Second goal, brilliant. Loved Maeda. I thought he was amazing today. It was just it was just a threat all the time. He was always there. McGregor assist again, just there at the edge of the box, feeding him in. And he was, I think the way he kind of
a lovely ball.
Managed to get it through, through the
lovely ball.
Defender's legs, man. So, very good.
Big CCV. Thought he was playing well today as well. Again, it was his ball into Ida. And I know I was moaning at you. One of the things that it works obviously, right? When you're a big centre half or you're a big central striker drops deep. I don't like it. Right, and I'd messaged you and I was moaning about it, and then lo and behold, CCV plays the ball into the big man. He does then slip to McGregor. McGregor's put him in and we've scored, and I was like, what do I know? Do you know what I mean?
That was the first. To be fair, that was the first time
I had messaged you. I was like, But before that, he kept dropping deep, far too deep. In my opinion. Then he's out the game. You know, we need a striker that's in and around the box, and if you're coming away to the edge of our midfield, it doesn't work for me. It did on that occasion, but I agree. I thought McGregor's pass was sublime, and Maeda does what Maeda does. It's a good goal.
Yeah, very good. Fourth goal, Maeda. Third goal, sorry. Scales done well as well. Another Hatate assist. He ended up the second half with 3 assists, Hatate, and as you say, he's always in these wee pockets of space, and he always picks out the right pass. So I thought Hatate was very good the first. So Ida 3 and then Maeda for 4:45 plus 2 pretty much straight away. Just came for him pressing the defender. The defender kind of makes a wee bit of a mistake, and then he gets the ball back. But he's turning into some striker for us.
He's a goal machine. I think for Ida's goal, Hatate, brilliant. Again, Scales, was it Scales that played the ball through? I'm trying to remember. Was it Scales or McGregor? I think it was Scales. Scales, but the run for Hatate is beautiful, and big Scalesy. Picks that pass beautiful. It's great weight, it's great line. And then Hatate heads up. It was Scholes-esque. But it was you can see them, and this is what I love about a good football player, right? They'll get the ball and they're looking right away. We'll talk about the final, the Maeda goal, which I thought he should have passed it to Forrest. Again, what do I know? But he's always got his head up and he's always looking. But on that occasion, he's got the ball in, he's looked up, he's seen Big Ida. Big Ida's in front of the striker, and he's just put it in a plate, and it's a cracking goal. Maeda's goal was, remind me. It's Hatate. Hatate's making a wee dancey run. Forrest, as soon as he's got the ball, Forrest is running down the right hand side, and Hatate's had a look. See if you watch it back, right? Hatate looks up and sees him and doesn't play it. And I'm like, I'm shouting and swearing to tell him, what, you play the ball into him? Because I wanted James to score the day. I'm looking for him to get that goal to keep that run going, right? But a lovely wee then dance, a great wee bit of footwork, a wee drag, and then just plays it into Maeda, who scores when he's getting no space. Loved it.
Yeah,
no space at all. Left foot rocket. It was a cracker. So it was another good goal. And then we've seen St Johnstone have their first 40 forward. Like the game's done.
It was unfortunate, but there was a space of 12 minutes with 34 to 45 plus 1, and then it was 4 goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they'd have to make 3 subs at half time, and that was about it for their first half. And then it was kind of just listening to the half Lennon and Hutton and that at half time. They were just, I think Calum Davidson, the old St Johnstone manager, was on the panel as well, and they were just like, when Celtic are on that, you know, that when it comes to that space of 15 minutes, you're done. And Davidson said, from a St Johnstone point of view, you know, you need to just accept there's not much you can do in these situations, and then just try and limit the damage.
Yeah.
But it was
think when
It
they
was
get
unlucky.
the wee spell, they get the. It must have been. It was only a few minutes, wasn't it? The ball, because they played the ball down the left hand side. The ball then comes into the boy Kirk. It's a good ball in actually, and Kirk
Yeah.
has some flick. It was a cracking flick, by the way. And what a save for Sinisalo.
It was very
Ruled offside,
reaction saves.
but didn't know that. And I've seen that a couple of times now, and it was a cracking save. And I think that's what you need for a Celtic goalkeeper. See if they'll not get anything to do. And that's what my wee boy said when he was an auction. He was like, he's better with his feet than Kasper Schmeichel, because that's all he's had to do. He's like pass the ball out, and he is quite good with his feet. But I thought that was a cracking save. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, instinct.
And then they went up the park straight away and scored. It was the same boy actually, the same boy, Kirk. For me, we backed off too much. Nobody came out and pressed him. Gave him too much space. But what a rocket of a shot!
Yeah, I logged it. I clocked the push. Onida
I never
straight
seen
away.
it, actually.
I saw it. I don't want to get in the old referee situation, but as it's played, the referee's looking at Ida and or looking towards the defender. But yeah, what a strike! It was unlucky. It was very, very unlucky because it was a great strike for a young boy.
Keepers, no chance. Then looking back when they've pulled it back, and I'm thinking, because I was at my wife's mum's house watching it 'cause it's Easter and we had
Easter
to go
Sunday.
for food. Yeah. And her dad, my father-in-law's a Motherwell season ticket holder, and he's got that wee club syndrome. Honestly, it's every time. Celtic always get penalties and Motherwell never get penalties, and he started with that. He's like, that's never a free kick. But see if you see it, he's on the turn. So he gets the ball right, and he's taking it with the outside his right foot, and he's clipped it right, and he's on the turn. And the boys, it's not a big push, right, but it's enough to put him over. So for me, it's a free kick, and it's
If you're a St
ruled off.
Johnstone fan and you see it on if it's Carter Vickers on Sadibe, you're arguing the same thing. You're saying it's a free kick. It was unlucky. I heard on the radio as I was just nipped into the shop to grab some bits, and I heard that the young boy that scored, he took the match ball because he was like, a memento of a great goal at Hampden in a cup semi-final, but unfortunately he never got it.
He always play it back for his kids and just no show the
Totally, man.
part that get chopped off.
Well, VAR wasn't involved back in the day. Aye. But yeah, so St Johnstone come out of the second half with three substitutions, so they had to make some changes. And there's always that drop off. And then when you think, like, when you have a great first half, you always think, it's going to peter out.
Especially with Celtic, it's either have a poor first half and go and annihilate second half, or a good first half and then they drop right off the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all right second half. So
Jota took his
let's
goal
talk
well.
about the penalty. I don't think it was a penalty.
I didn't think it was.
When I seen it straight away, I'm like, if that's, and I always have to look at, see what you just said there. See, I look at penalties and red cards and decisions like that. I look at it through, if that was against a Celtic player, would I be happy for that to be a penalty, or would I be pissed off if it was a penalty?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good run by Forrest, right, and it's a good mazy run, and I think he's beat 3, maybe 4 players at the end, but it's just a coming together. It's like hip to hip.
Aye.
For me anyway, people might disagree.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, mate. I don't think there's a lot of major contact. He's kind of doing in stages, and I think he's an experienced player. He's cute. He's realised when he's got that last one, and the referees took a bit of time. It wasn't an instant blow of the whistle, and he's looked at it. But after the numerous replays, you go, that initial last touch, the final touch where it knocks him on the side, wasn't enough for me. And I think the right decision was.
I agree. Final goal then, Jota,
yeah, we had some substitutes. Ida, Engels, Forrest came off. Jota, Kuhn, McCowan came on round about 63 minutes. Jota, great ball from Johnston across. They've got that right, and just that wee half volley, just as the ball just bounces up, put it in there. Great Jota finish, and it was good to see the celebration and stuff, and good to see him smiling.
Good wee flick by Kuhn first. When the ball comes into him, it's just a wee outside of the left foot through it, because they work well together. I think Johnston and Kuhn.
Yes.
I think Kuhn just needs to sort his head out. I don't know where it is at the minute. If he sorts
maybe
his head out,
I
hope not, because he's been in Celtic for this year. Before he came that first 6 months, he could barely run. So if after a year getting your head turned, man, if that's the kind of player he is, then I don't want the kind of players at Celtic, so
Yeah,
if
of
that's
course.
what it is, then get him sold. But I do like him when he's on form, and he's got a cracking left foot. But I like that wee flick. It was a wee flick just through Johnston. Johnston sees it really, really early and plays it right to the back post, and it was a good finish by Jota. I totally agree.
What do you think of, maybe just going back to the first half or whatever, but how Johnson and Forrest kind of worked together? Obviously, Forrest came in for Kuhn. Johnson's great on the underlap and the overlap as well. You know what I mean? I think him and Kuhn have got that very, very, they're very connected with that. But I thought it was interesting to see how he was working with Forrest, because Forrest is maybe that guy on the outside, get the ball in.
Yeah, total different. And I think they need to play together a wee bit more. I think you've totally nailed it. Forrest is the guy who wants to make their runs, so which means Johnston can't make their runs, because Forrest is wanting him to play the ball into him. I seen one of a wee move where Forrest was on the wing and played the ball to Johnson, and he didn't make the move, and Johnson flicked it round the corner, and Forrest had the move, and Forrest had a wee go at him. So I just don't think they've got that connection yet, and I think it'll be different style of play, where Kuhn does hold it up a wee bit and waits for Johnson to go and then flicks it round. So I think they still need to find their feet together, because they've not played much at all.
But be interesting.
All in all, mate, we're on our way to number 43. That'll be our 43rd Scottish Cup. Which is
Phenomenal, mate. Phenomenal.
Record. So it's where we want to be. It's on the road to another treble. League's tied up. League Cup's done. This is it. I think we've got Aberdeen in the final. I don't see Aberdeen causing us too much problems, but you never know. As long as Brendan
Look at the semi-final last year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and
penalties and stuff.
Yeah, you just don't know.
I thought it was a good response, good performance. You know what I mean? You didn't want that. To be fair, after 20 minutes, I'm like, this could be one of the long days, you know, because we saw it before
after
in the
minutes.
Like 20, 30 minutes, you're like, geez, oh man, this is going. But and I thought Hatate and McGregor were the key to that today. I think McGregor went
today,
right.
Actually,
McGregor went right. Let's get the ball moving now. He seemed to kind of take control a wee bit after there. That's the only thing my slight criticism about Engels, and I know it's a new whatever. He's not got that. You know, he doesn't seem to have the cojones to take a scruff of the neck. You know, be the guy that shouts about. He might grow into that stature, but I'd like to see that for him, because he's got the presence, he's got the height, I'd like to see him.
Seen him in a couple of games. I think he has it. But I know what you're talking about. I've seen him in a couple of games, but he's not enough. I think Hatate was superb today. I think for me, sometimes he's another hit or a miss, but that was 3 assists, and his technical ability for me is phenomenal. He can do almost anything.
Just his ability, he's seeing very, very tight spaces, man. He can get right out a wee spot, just a wee swivel or whatever. He's very good at that, and he always seems to know where a pass is. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Who we got coming up next, mate? Who's on the fixture list? Is it Aberdeen? Aberdeen. Let me have a wee
gander, mate.
Yeah. So, and also, if you want to kind of let everyone know, we're going to be looking at a little tactical analysis of GT and KT. You know, if they...
Yeah. Dundee United, that is, if we're talking next Saturday. I don't think we've got a midweek game, have we? No, because...
No, this is a split now, innit? Yeah, top six, so...
We've got Dundee United away.
12:30.
Which could be the clincher. Could be us clinching
the 4th of May
title. Yeah.
At Castle Grayskull.
So we want to take a look at Tierney and Taylor. Some rumours that Taylor's looking to sign a new contract. I'd be very pleased with that. I think what they do, they give us something different. Power, pace, and technical ability for Tierney. And like we spoke a wee bit earlier, Taylor, for me, he's a super clever wee footballer, and the links they play up really, really well. And I think we'll be able to play 2 different styles with both of them, but we'll get into that when we do our next video.
Yes. I thought Taylor was good. I like how he was early on, he was pointing, he was saying, you go there, he was moving into midfield, and it was basically scales and CCVs, you're back 2, and then he's in there, and then that pushes Who is on the left?
Today,
Maida.
Maida,
Pushes Maida
aye.
up. So I thought I was kept an eye because I kind of know what we're looking to do and analysis and stuff. Like I kept an eye on wee Taylor and how he was moving about, and I thought it was really, really good how he flits into these wee positions, gets a right pass going. But
Makes sense to sign him. I know some people criticise him, right, and he gets criticised for being a bit soft sometimes and not being great in the air. But he offers us a hell of a lot, man. He's been with us for a number of years. He's won so many trophies. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Good
See
and
if he
the
wins
bad.
25 grand, I pay him 25 grand. You need to
Bro-
go and find a player of his ability or somebody who you're taking a chance on. You're going to need to pay a fee. And I don't think Jeffrey Sloop's the answer. I think he's had a few games. Maybe he is. Maybe he's just come off the boil a wee bit. But for me, if we can sign Taylor, we should sign him. And then you've got Kieran Tierney as your first choice and Greg Taylor as your second choice, who's going to play a number of games, but you know you can trust him.
Yeah. I think Brendan said that this has been rumbling on for months, probably years now. You know, a new contract, and I think Brendan came out and he was like, remember when Celtic fans were singing KT's name or whatever? And I think he came out and he said it in defence of Greg Taylor, but he was like, just pay the guy. Like,
Aye.
you know, he's not interested.
I've
if
said
it's
it,
£5,000 a week, just
give
get
him
the
the
guy
money, man.
paid.
It's not going to break the bank.
Not at all.
Well, listen,
not at all.
let's wrap it up, mate. Right, this is our first video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. What you need to do to help us make this work is you need to hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, it'll just be two old Scottish guys talking to themselves, kidding on they're on a YouTube channel. So listen, I've enjoyed it. Thanks very much, Brian. If you guys just remember
worries,
to
mate.
hit subscribe.
Like,
And
follow, share, all that beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I'll get into it. I'll understand that a wee bit better. I just know subscribe at this minute. So subscribe, please.
Yeah.
And
Aye,
we'll
that's
catch
it.
you in the
But
flip.
we'll get better, mate. We'll get better, and I'll catch you next time. Take it
Okay.
easy, man.
Thanks.